Yeah, greetings of the day. On this day, in this video, you are going to learn about includes, animations, routing, and application. Okay, let us see one by one what these are. So let us go with the first one, that is includes. So in AngularJS, if you want to include an external file, means we want to add one external file, then we are going to use ng-include. Okay. So we can use this in either div tag. Generally, we use in div tag because it is called as a container. Or you can use in paragraph tag or any other tag as desired. Okay. So this div ng include is equal to header.html. So we can use any file. So it may be a HTML file or PHP file. We'll see the PHP file concept in our later videos. So this one is regarding ngInclude directive. So in AngularJS, ngInclude directive will allow developers to include a HTML file dynamically within an AngularJS application. So this helps in modularizing. So we can create modules. Modularizing code by separating different parts of a web page into reusable components. So once you create a component, maybe a login page is a component, maybe a text box is a component, maybe a username is a component which you want to keep on replacing, or which you want to keep on placing. For example, in a Gmail web page, at the right hand side you will be getting your name or email address, so forth. So those things can be reused in all the pages. Instead of rewriting the code, you can include that over there. So this concept can be handled using ng-include directive. So it loads a specific HTML file and injects it into a specified part of the main template. It enhances code reusability. So let us see the code associated with AngularJS includes directive now. So let me open my notepad file where I'm having the code already. So you can see here the first tag that we require is doctype HTML. Doctype HTML. The next one is the same thing. We have this HTML, language is equal to English. Then in the app, we are going to give the name of for this app. So I'm giving here my app. Then we are having a head tag. So AngularJS title, let us add the title as AngularJS include. Okay. So AngularJS includes, then we are having the script tag. This is nothing but the CDN that we copied from the AngularJS website. Okay, the same CDN, AngularJS website. So from where we copied this one, you can refer our previous videos. So the next one is body tag. In the body tag, we are going to create one controller. So we have this ng controller, main controller. Then we are going to close this div. In between, we are going to write the code related to this main controller. So what we want to do over here is we want to include the other header files. The other header files. So those header files may be a combination of header.html, footer.html. So these are the two files that we want to include them over here. Okay, so that is our main intention. So next one is script tag. In this script tag, we are having the creation of my app. So variable app is equal to angular.module, my app, and there are no dependencies. So we are going to have this empty square brackets. So my app is taken from here, ng app, my app. Okay, so next one is app.controller is equal to main controller function scope, dollar scope. So this main controller is taken from this div. Okay, so this is the basic structure of any app that we are going to create in AngularJS. So now let us start writing the code associated with this include directive. Okay, so now let us create one header, that is include a header.html file. So we will be writing this code inside the body tag about main controller. Okay, so what we are going to type over here is we are going to create a div. So here we are going to type a div which is going to link the header file. So we write here div, which file we want to include. We want to include a header.html. So what we are going to do is we are going to give a double quotes. In between we are going to give single quotes. Okay, just don't forget double quotes and single quote. So here we write header.html. This code we haven't written yet, we are going to write now. So header.html inside the div tag. So now we need to say that this div is a part of ngInclude. So we write ng-include. Okay, ng-include is equal to, sorry, this square angular bracket, close this one. So here we are going to include this header.html file. So div tag ng-include is equal to header.html in double quotes as well as in single quote. Don't forget. Then we are having this controller, main controller as it is. Now we want to display a message. So we write here paragraph tag. Then we want to display some message which we will get from the script tag /p. Okay, we are going to display a message over here. So after div, so this is the main controller, we want to display the message. Here we are including the header. Similarly, I want to include a footer. Okay, so I'll copy that line and paste it over here, ng-include footer.html. Okay, one header part, one footer part. So if you are having confusion, let us give a for reference over here, hr tag. So let me give this /, one line will be drawn after the header. Similarly, one line I request to draw after this particular div or before footer. Okay, just for visibility purpose, I'm doing this, nothing more than that. Then let us go to the script tag. We want to display the message. Okay, so here we are supposed to display the message. In order to display the message, let us write $scope.message inside this app controller, because this message is displayed in app controller, main controller. So here we let us display $scope.message. $scope.message is equal to welcome to AngularJS Includes, then a semicolon. AngularJS Includes, then a semicolon. If you want to give exclamatory mark, you can give, otherwise it's of no use. It's not required. Okay, so this is regarding main controller, that is. This is regarding our index.html. So let us save this file as index.html. So save as. So on desktop, let me create one folder, new folder. I'm creating a new folder, and the name of this new folder is, let us say, Angular programs. Angular programs. So in this, let us create this file in double quotes index.html. Let us save this one. Okay. So saving part is over. Now let us go to in header.html. So let me take one more new tab. So let me save this file, save as header.html. Header, HEADER, let me cross check header. Yeah, HEADER.html. So in this header.html, what we are going to do is we are going to create one header tag. In HTML5, we have this header tag. So let us copy this one. No huge code. You can modify this header part as you require. So we are going to write here only one h1 tag, heading 1. So I write my website, then close the header tag h1. So save this one, nothing more apart from this. So similarly, we are going to create the footer part also. Okay. So let us click on a plus symbol. So let me copy the name from header to footer.html. Copy this one, untitled. So file, save as, double quotes, footer.html. Yeah. Similar to header.html, we are also having one tag called as footer. So footer, footer. In HTML5, use it slash footer. So in between, you can have a copyright message. Okay. So you can place a copyright message. So paragraph, then place one copyright symbol. That symbol you can copy from Google. Okay. So I'm placing that which I have copied from Google. You can just go to google.com and type copyright symbol. You will get this symbol. So 2025 my website, then slash p. You can name your company's website, your company's name or URL, whatever it is over here. So this is the basic program that we got. Okay. So now let us play this in our browser and see whether it is working fine or not. So this is regarding footer.html, this is header.html, and this is index.html. Now let us do one thing. Let us open our browser and here and see whether it is working fine or not. Okay. So let us open our browser. Yeah, here we have the browser. So in this browser, let us try to load that particular page. So I'll open this one, C drive, sorry, desktop. Yeah. So desktop, in this we are having AngularJS, then index.html. Just let me check the path. Angular program, sorry. The name of the path is Angular programs. So you can see here we got welcome to AngularJS Includes. Okay, no header part, no footer part. So let us cross check the inspect. What is happening? Yeah, you can see here at the bottom, you got this error. Access to XML HTTP request at origin null has been blocked by CORS policy. Okay. So there is cross origin request policy. One issue is there regarding web pages. So some pages will allow, some pages will not allow. So in order to do this, we need to open and run the server port 8000. Okay, let us try that one, how to run the port of this server. So what you are going to do is open your browser and go to this particular, sorry, open your command prompt and go to this particular folder. So which folder? This folder wherever you are presently working. So in my case, on the desktop, I'm having Angular programs. So you have to go to that particular URL in your command prompt. So I'll take this one, open cmd command prompt, then cd, give that path. Okay, cd, no file, just copy c. I should not give file over here. Yeah, c drive. Yeah, then press enter. So now we are in the present working directory. Now what you have to do over here is you have to type the, I'll show you once. You have to type -m, you have to type Python -m http dot server 8000. Okay, so this starts our local host server using Python. Okay, we want to start our http server using Python and the port number is 8000 for this one. So let us copy this one, let us paste this in our command prompt. So once you start this, the server is going to load. It is going to ask you whether to allow the Python software foundation. Just press allow. Now it started HTTP on port 8000. If you want to just stop this one, press Ctrl C to stop this server. So this server will be running, and now you try to reload this one using in the browser. Okay. So still this work doesn't work. So even how many times you reload this one, this doesn't work because we have to run this using our server. So let me close this one. Yeah, go ahead. Now what we are going to type is, you are going to type here localhost index, localhost index, localhost 8080, localhost colon 8080. Then you are going to type index.html. Just press enter. What happened? Index.html. Did we see it? Minus G HTTP service, because I already installed this. We are not getting, do you want to install? Press Y to continue the setup. If it asks you to give S, UAS symbol, Y symbol there, it will start executing. So after this, start HTTP server. So let's type this HTTP hyphen server. So cross disabled, Control C to stop the server. So I think now the server has started. So let us press localhost 8080. Wow, it worked. So what we have done, after installing, we type HTTP server. So this starts our HTTP server. So after installing, we are saying HTTP server. Okay. So till the server is running, our includes will work and the rest of this video will work for us. Okay. HTTP server, Python minus M HTTP server 8000. This is not loading in my machine. So simply type HTTP server, either of the cases, this will work. So now let us continue the next concept. So the next concept is AngularJS animations. So whenever we want to implement animations in our AngularJS, so we can use this ngAnimate. Oh, sorry, ngAnimate. So what we are going to do here in AngularJS is, we are going to include the ngAnimate module in our app, where app is equal to angular.module, my app, and the instance that we are going to associate with this one is ngAnimate. Okay, ngAnimate is going to get associated. So if you are having, in order to implement animate, we need to have the CSS. So define CSS class for animation. So fade in, fade out. These are the things that we are going to take generally. Fade in, transition, opacity, 1 second, opacity 1. Opacity means whether we want to show that particular div or we want to hide that div. So that thing, then ng enter, ng interactive, when our mouse enters on a particular div, so it is moved and whether it is active over there. So these things are going to implement in CSS. So apply the animation to the element. So we are going to have this ng repeat. So item in items, class fade in items. So that is what we are going to implement in AngularJS animation. So what exactly this AngularJS animation provides is, it supports animations using the ngAnimate module. This module allows you to add CSS based on animations to AngularJS. Okay, so this CSS means cascading style sheets, nothing more than that, that we are going to implement over here. So we use the directives like ngRepeat, ngShow, ngHide, and ngView, okay, and more. So AngularJS provides animation support through ngAnimate module, which allows developers to create animations while entering, leaving, and etc. So let us see that. So animation is having some events. ngEnter is an event that is triggered when an element is added. That is triggered when an element is added. ngLeave triggered when an element is removed. Okay, ngHide or ngShow, it triggers animation when elements are shown or hidden. So in order to implement this one, we need one Angular animate min.js JavaScript file to be included in our page. So that script has to be included. One more that we'll see now using some simple code. So let us go to our notepad back. Now let us change this index.html. Okay. So whether we are using header.html or footer.html, just ignore. Let us do few modifications that are required over here to implement this one. Okay. So let us see them one by one. So the first thing that we are going to do over here is we are going to change the name of the app as Animate app. So that is the first modification, animation or animate app. Then let us have this head, AngularJS animation. We require animation is the title of this particular page. Then we require this Angular mini, and one more we require is Angular animate. So let me copy this script. So the first one is the CDN that we require, and the second one is the one that we require is Angular hyphen animate. So I write a hyphen symbol over here to the right. You can see here Angular. I'm writing hyphen animate, N-I-M-A-T-E, Angular animate dot min.js. Okay. So because we are using some animations over here, so let us add a meta tag to this one. Okay. So before the script tag, after title, I'm going to write the meta tags. So here meta. So I'll be closing this meta tag for you. So meta tag. So now in this meta tag, we are going to have char set, CHAR. So character set is equal to UTF-8 that we are going to use generally UTF-8. Okay. So we require one more meta tag to say that that is a viewport and initial scale because we will be having a device. So let us take this one meta tag one more time. So meta tag. Now already character set we have defined earlier in the above tag. So now let us define the name. So name is equal to high double quotes viewport. Okay, we are going to write viewport. Then we say that the content is equal to viewport. So content is equal to what device width we need to take here. So width is equal to device width, whichever may be the device. That device may be a mobile phone, that may be device may be a laptop, that may be a tab. Every device will have a different screen size, so that will be handled using this width. Device width is equal to, sorry, width is equal to device width. Then we have comma. So we need to provide from where it starts displaying on the screen, whether it is from the top or we have to give some space. Okay, so that thing can be handled using initial scale, initial hyphen scale is equal to, so we can give here 1.0. Initial scale is equal to 1.0. So these are the two meta tags that we are going to add because we are doing some animation in this particular page. So after this title, we have added two scripts. That is, one is our CDN and the other one is animation. Okay, is this clear? Then we are going to add a style.css file in our header part. Okay, so we will be writing one style file. So let us link that one. So I'll give a space. Yeah. So here we can use a link tag. Link relation is equal to style dot css. So this is the file that we are going to link. Sorry, not style dot css, style sheet. We are specifying that this file is a style sheet. Then we are going to give href is equal to style dot css. So I hope this is clear for style. Then we close the head. So this is the head part where we are having title, where we are having animation, sorry, style sheet inclusion. So this is what is our header part. I hope it is clear. Now let us go to our body part. In this body part, we are going to have inclusion of So let us first change this main controller to animate controller or animation controller. So in the app, I have written animate app. So I write animate controller similarly. So let us write here animate controller. Then we don't want to display any message. So in the div animate controller, now let us give one example, that is h2 tag inside this one, h2. So it is nothing but a heading slash h2. So we are going to give here AngularJS animation example. Animation Jane. Now let us create a button for this one. Okay. Now let me remove this footer. Let me remove this HR. We don't require these things here also. No header.html. We don't require. Directly we are having this thing. Let us work on script later, not now. Okay. So let us include the button tag over here. Okay. Now whenever we click this button, the message must display, and when we click the button again, the message should not be displayed. So that is our intention. So let us write a button tag over here, button. So let us close this button. So what we want to do is, in the button, we need to write toggle message. Toggle message in the sense, when we press that button, the message must be shown, otherwise the message should not be shown. So we are having ng click, ng hyphen click is equal to what we want to do when the button is clicked. Okay, we want to call show message, or it should not display the message. Okay, so we write here show message. Just a second, this component. Just a second, this thing is, yeah, show message. Okay, so this show message is a method that will be equal to not show message. So it is a direct condition statement which says if it is showing, it should not show. If it is not showing, show that particular message or div. So that is the intention of writing this message button. Then we want to write which message or uh, which message that to be displayed. So we take a paragraph tag over here. So let me close this paragraph tag slash p. So in this paragraph tag, we want to display that this is a fade in, fade out animation. So we write this is a fade in, fade out animation. So this is what the information that we want to display. If you want to add exclamatory mark, you can add, otherwise leave it. So now this paragraph tag, we are going to make this as a show. We write ng hyphen show. What we want to show over here is we want to display, sorry, we want to show as well as whatever the message that we are having over here, just type it over here, ng show message. Okay. So this is one, then we can write class. We need to add a class which is equal to fade. Class is equal to fade. Fade in, fade out. Okay, fade in means it display, fade out means it hides. So fade is the class that we are going to add. So after this one, what we are going to do is, after paragraph, so let us add and remove items with animation over here. So here let us write one h3 tag, h3, close the h3 tag, then add animated list. So we want to display some items in this particular constant. So let us take one input box, input type is equal to text. So here we are going to create one input box which takes how many items to be added. Okay, or a single item that we want to enter that should be added to the list. That is our intention. Input type is equal to text, ng model, ng model is equal to new item. So this is the name that we give, new item is the name given to it. Then placeholder is equal to, placeholder is equal to enter item. This is what we want to display the message by default. Okay, so this is regarding our input box or input text ng model New item placeholder is equal to enter item. So this must happen when we press a button. So we take this button code again, button that we have over here. Let me copy this button, click. Now here we are going to change to, we should not use this one. We can call a method add item, which is a method in our JavaScript that we are going to write. And here we say add item. So whenever this button is pressed, one item to be added, whichever is entered in the text box. That is our intention. This text box, whatever the message it is, in the item name it is given, is to be added when this button is pressed. It is our intention. So we need to have a list for this one. So already items must be there. So we are going to write one item display. So we will be using unordered list over here. Unordered list, open, then unordered list close. So in unordered list, we are having list items. So we repeat this list item. Sorry, list item. So just a second. Copy, paste, slash list item. So in this list item, we need to repeat the items and display the item. Okay, we need to display the item. And one button we want to place when, for example, for every item, we need to write remove. When the remove button is pressed, we need to delete that item. That is our intention. So list item, because it is going to repeat as the number of items are there provided in the JavaScript. If we provide 3 items, 3 times this list item has to be repeated. So we write here ngRepeat, ngRepeat is equal to item in items. Item in items. So items is the name given in JavaScript, which is having a list of items. Those list of items has to be repeated. Okay, those list of items has to be repeated, and we take it as a class ngRepeat. No, ngRepeat, repeat. Item in items. Repeat. Yeah, it is correct. And class is equal to, just a second. Item in items, then class is equal to slide. Class is equal to slide. Then in this slide, what we want to add, that is the concept. Okay, the list item, we are going to add an item. So this item that we acquire in the loop, so we write a flower bracket. So this item has to be displayed. Then after this, we want to display a button to remove that one. Okay, so I'll add a button. So let me copy the button, click. So button click. When we click this one, we want to remove a particular button. So remove or item. Remove item is a method which is having a index in it. So dollar index, nothing inside. Let us remove this one. So here toggle remove. So we want to display remove button. So this is regarding our remove. So close of list item, close of UL. Then we want to include one script. We don't want to write this entire thing over here. So what we can do is we can include this script file. So either you can add that one or you can continue with the app. So let us try this one using a script external file. we want to add this as an external file. So I write here src is equal to in double quotes app.js. So we are going to create a app.js file, and we want to keep all this information in that app.js file. Okay, so let us remove. So this, in this way also we can add a script, or you can write the code below this one. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now let us create one app.js file in the same folder. So what we have done over here, in the body tag, we have created an animate controller, then h2 angular animate example. Just a second. Then button, we are using toggle button to display a message. Fade in, fade out concept comes here. Then here we are displaying a list of items, and we can provide 3 to 5 items over here. And those items will be displayed. If you want to add an item at one time, then we can use that one, and you can remove the items also. So this is what the basic structure of our uh, HTML file. Now we are going to add JavaScript file. So now add app.js. Let us save file, save as, put in the folder. Yeah, Angular program. So I give in double quotes app.js. Okay. So let us start the code for app.js. So let us directly define variable app is equal to angular.module angular.module. So the name of the module, comma, instances. So let us copy the name of the module from here, what we have given. Just a second, index, yeah. Index.html, the name of the module is animate app. Let me copy this one. Let us come to app.js, give it over here. Okay. So because we are going to do animations, so let us write module ng animate. Then give a semicolon. Then app.controller is equal app.controller, the name of the controller we require. So let us go to index.html. Let us check what is the name that we have given for controller, animate controller. Let us copy this one. Go to app.js, animate controller, comma, function, dollar, scope. So let us press enter. So this is the place where we are going to have this code related to toggle, hiding the toggle, unhiding the toggle. So we have taken here show message, I think so, right? Yeah, show message. Let me copy this show message, come to app.js. So dollar scope dot show message is equal to false by default. By default, dollar scope message is equal to false. Then we have in index.html, we want to add some animated list. So here we are having item in items. Okay. So let us copy these items. We want to add items to that one. So here again, we write dollar scope dot items is equal to a list of items. A list of items we need to give. In double quotes, we can give as item 1, sorry, double quotes, then again item 2, then comma. I'm giving only 3 items. You can also give a number of items. You can give specific name. If it is a grocery, you can give the names of groceries, etc., etc. Item 3. Okay, you can give colors, names, etc. Now we are having, let us go to index.html, whether we wrote any function add item. When a button is pressed, we need to click on add item. So this is a function. We need to write the function for add item, okay, in our app.js. So dollar scope dot add item, which is a function, equal to function add item is equal to function, then open. So this is the function code over here. So here in this function, we need to write if scope. In this, let us go to add item. So whenever a new item is pressed, so add item, ng model was not required. So here we are going to add item, and that item is new item. Which one? So input type is equal to text, whichever is provided in text box. The name of that one is new item. Okay. And this item has to be added whenever we press that add item button. So that is our intention. So what we are going to do over here is copy this new item, Control C, no, cancel. So scope.function, so here we write a if condition. If that new item is pressed. Okay. So this scope new item will be accompanied by $scope dot new item. Okay. If $scope dot new item is pressed or is available, then what we need to do? Okay. So we need to push that item into items. We need to push the item into this items called scope dot items. Is that right? $scope dot items. So here we write $scope dot items dot push. What you want to push? $scope dot new item. We want to push this $scope dot new item. So I hope it is clear. $scope dot items dot push. Add that particular item to the existing list of items. $scope dot items dot push $scope dot new item. Then we need to keep this new item because this function has to fail or this if condition has to fail. So what we do over here is let us keep a semicolon. Then we make this as nothing, blank. Okay, such that this if condition fails instead of going with an infinite loop. So here we keep a semicolon. Then after this add item, this is a add item code. Now we have to write the code associated with remove item. Remove item. Then the remove item is the name is the function is remove item, the name of the function. Just a second, let us so $scope dot remove item dot remove item is equal to function. This is a function that we are going to write, but in $scope we are getting $index. Okay, we are getting $index as a parameter. So this one will be function we write here. We remove this dollar symbol when we are getting as an argument. So scope dot remove item is equal to function index. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to have $scope dot items dot push over here is a method. So here we will be having splice. Splice means removes $scope dot items dot splice. Splice which one which is having the index. So splice index comma how many values you want to remove. I want to remove only one value at a time. So I write here one splice index comma one item. So this one item will be removed. Then keep a semicolon over here. That is for this one. Then keep a semicolon for this one. That ends our app controller code and JavaScript code. Any doubts here? I hope this particular file is very clear to you. Let me save this one. Then we are left over with one more file that is style.css. We need to provide the style such that the view will be somewhat clear. Okay, let us see what exactly, let us write the code instead of seeing how the view is. Okay, so that view may not be as good as what we think. So let us open a new tab, click on file, save as style.css, style.css, style.css. Let us cross check whether the same name we have given in index.html. So style sheet style.css. Okay, style.css, no issue, style.css. Now let us start the styling. So first let us give the code for fade in, fade out. Okay, so dot fade in dot ng dot fade in dot ng hide. When we hide, what is the code that you want to give? Okay, so I want to give opacity over here. So we give opacity with 0. Opacity must be 0, semicolon. Give a space after colon. Then we have to give the transition for this opacity. So and SITION, then this opacity must be transited opacity from 0 to 0.5, 0.5 seconds, then is in out, is second, I'm getting, so 0.5 seconds, 0.5 seconds is in out, is hyphen in hyphen out. So it must very easily is in and is out. So this is what the transition we are going to show. So we are going to copy this one dot fade in dot ng hide. So the next one is fade ng show. Instead of hide, we are going to write show. So now opacity must be changed from 0 to 1. When we are displaying, opacity must be 1. Then transition, the same opacity 0.5 seconds, easy in and easy out. The same thing, no change. Okay. So this is regarding fade in ng through. Now we are having one more slide. Okay, when we are going to have this slide. So slide is going to move the animation in the list items for the sake of list items, slide in, slide out. Okay, so let us write the code for that one. Dot slide dot ng enter when the slide is entering. So slide enter, what we are going to do is we are going to have this transition. Let us write the code for transition. Transition will be having transform this particular transition with 0.5 seconds with same thing is in and out. So let me copy this one, is in and out, is in and out. So next, after transition, what we need to do is we need to have this opacity. So let us have this opacity transition. Let me copy this one. So opacity must be 0 when we enter. Then transform transition already we wrote. We need to write transform. Sorry. Transform. I don't need all these. So let me remove. Transform. Now what we have to do is we have to transform that method is translate X. We are having a method called as translate capital X. Translate X with minus 50 pixels. So minus 50 pixels. Let us try this one. Once we see the output, you'll understand. Then after enter, it may be active. So let me copy this one. So let me paste ng enter active. So when that particular div is in active state, what must be the opacity? Opacity must be 1. Whether we require transition, we doesn't require transition. Remove this transition. Transform, yes, we require. How much pixels? 0 pixels. We don't want minus 50 pixels. We want it to be 0 pixels. So then when we are leaving that slide ng, okay, so enter is this one, opposite is leave. So let us write the code for leave. Slide ng enter, remove enter, leave. Now transition, it must be same thing, transform 0.5 seconds, easy and out. Then opacity must be changed from 0 to 1. When we are leaving, the opacity must be 0 to 1. So translation X will be same 0 instead of 50, minus 50 pixels. So ng leave, so that's it. Then after this, the ng leave active. So I'll copy this interactive and I'll place this over here, ng leave active. So interactive will become leave active. So because we are having 1 over there, opacity will become now 0. Translation will become 50 pixels. 50, sorry, px. Okay, you can -50 +50, you can do that. Okay, that's not a big deal. So don't say, sir, you have done this. So this is regarding sliding and fade in, fade out. Okay, now let us write the CSS for body tag. CSS for body tag. So we can give here font family. Font, which font family you want to use. So I'll prefer ATL and Arial, comma, serif, sans serif, SCRIEF, SCRIF, CRIF. Okay, serif. Then texture line, enter. Then margin, 20 pixels margin must be there. So this is regarding body. Let us go with button. A button also requires some CSS. So styling for button, we can give a color for that one, margin, etc., etc. Let us try that one. Margin with 5 pixel. Then we want to give padding 10 pixel. I prefer 10 pixel for padding. Then background color, we can give some background color. So 128. You can give the name also, red, green, blue, so on. I give this color, which is almost blue. Color, font color, white. Then border, I don't want border, none. Then cursor, pointer. So these are the common things. So I want to change the color when we move the mouse pointer on that one button. Okay, so we can write button hover. So not required all this one, only change, let us change the color, BUTTON, button hover, button colon hover, not hyphen, very bad. Button colon hover, is that correct? Yeah, let us copy this background color. I want to change only background color, rest remains same. Okay, border none, everything same. So let us give one more color. 218838, 218838. Let's try this. 218838, yeah. So button, then let us give the CSS for unordered list. Left over with unordered list. So unordered list. So list style is that we want to keep it as none, list, none. Then padding 0. That's enough. Then unordered list. Then we have to give for list item. List item CSS. What will we give for background margin? Like, yeah. So let us give margin with 5 pixel, padding with 10 pixel, 5 pixel, padding 10 pixel, display flex, then justify content, to space between, justify content, align items, center, border 1 pixel with solid with color hash DDD. So that's it for CSS. Let us have for list item also some background color. Background color. So let us give F8, F9, F8, F9, FA. So this is CSS. Let us save this one. So index.html we have written, then we have written app.js, then we have written style.css. Okay. So styling, you can do as per your requirement. So let us go to our browser now and let us see how the browser is behaving with respect to this particular changes. Okay, this particular changes. So this is our previous output. Let us reload the page. Index, where I saved index.html. Still I'm getting this one. So index, so index.html, I saved this one. Everything is almost saved, right? Let me check. App.js saved, style.css saved, browser 8080 index. Yeah, thank God it came. After saving all the files again, we got this output. So we got AngularJS, animate example, so click on toggle. Come on, man, work it out. This is fade in, fade out animation. What happened? Items are also not displayed here. Item, what happened? AngularJS issue with keep single quotes or double quotes. ngAnimate. Come on, save. Oh, this is not loading. Let me check Angular programs app.js JS file. Okay, not an issue. So app.js is not loading actually. So I'll do one thing. We'll copy this entire content into our file, main file, index.html. Let us see method it work. It is not loading this file. God only knows why. So I'll do one thing. I'll change this AngularJS source script file. I'll copy paste that one. Okay, app.js content is copied over here in the place of script. Okay, I'm not linking any external file app.js. So localhost 80, yeah, screen is shared, not an issue. So localhost 8080, see, it is not linking the external file app.js. So if you click on toggle message, if you see here, the message is not being displayed. Initially, toggle message is false. So when we click, animated list is displayed. So this one is happening. Fade in, fade out is happening. And you can see here the items are also there. Item 1, item 2, item 3. I'll give item 4. Press add item. So item 4 is added. Item 5. So item 5 is also added. Okay. If you click on remove, the button or the items are getting removed without any issue. See? So I want to add item 7. Item 7. And item is also adding with a fade in, fade out concept. If you see that, if you concentrate. So I'll give item 8. So when I press item, you are going to get the item in animated way. Okay. So this is regarding AngularJS animations. Now let us move forward to the next concept, AngularJS routing. Routing means we are going to include AngularJS module that define routes. That defines routes. So just a second. So this is a route provider. It defines routes using dollar route provider. So what it actually does over here is it is going to implement the routing concept that what we have in our AngularJS. So we use ngRoute module, which allows a single page application by switching views dynamically without reloading the page. So this is one of the major advantage that we have in our AngularJS. That is switching views dynamically without reloading the page. So let us implement this one. So here also we require the same thing, Angular root min.js. We require this page or this script in to include it to be into our application. So let us write this particular code. Let me open my notepad. So let us modify the content of the notepad. Just a second. So I don't want this meta tag. So here we are having script tags. So let me modify the code. We don't want style sheet. We remove this one. AngularJS H2 animation toggle. We don't require add view list item. Script. Let us concentrate on script later. Let us concentrate on this page. So animate app must be changed to my app. Okay, I'm not going to have this animate app. I'm going to change to my app. That is the first change. So language is equal to English, not required. Meta characters, UTF-8 not required. Let us write the title. Yeah, AngularJS routing, ROUTING routing. Okay, so scripts, we require script tag as we specified over there. So we require two scripts, that is angular.min.js. One file, angular.min.js is required as it is. This is the CDN. The other one that we have in our PPT is Angular route. Okay, so here we are having Angular animate. We are going to change this animate to ROUTE, RO route.min.js. Yeah, these two files are required as script tags. Okay, so we are having the closing of head tag, then controller. I'm going to change this controller to my controller. Actually, we doesn't require controller over here. Okay, so because we are using routing, so inside the body tag there must be nothing. Ng controller we doesn't require because we are implementing routing. Okay, AngularJS routing example. So here we start writing a navigation bar. Okay, a navigation bar we are going to create like a menu bar. Navigation bar means nav. Let us close this navigation bar slash nav. In this navigation bar we are going to have a hyper reference, a anchor tag. Hyper reference is equal to, so what we want to do is we want to have a home in the menu bar slash a. Then we will be having, yeah, here one more thing, in hyper reference we will be having a hash symbol, a exclamatory mark, and a slash. This represents that this is the root of that particular web page. So let me copy this one, home. I want to add two more tags, two more hyperlinks. One is home, another one is about us, then contact page. So here we'll be having slash about, then here we'll be having contact, about and contact. So this thing we are adding after slash, about and contact. So this is regarding navigation bar. So after navigation bar, whatever the page that is displayed, we need to see that page. So for that, we are going to have here one div. Okay, div, that where whatever the menu bar is selected, that must be replaced in the div. So slash div. So here we'll be having ng view. What you want to view? Ng view, whatever is displayed. Sorry, not equal to ng view. That's it. Not equal to. So after this, let us continue the script tag as required. So script tag, we are having Angular module animate app is being renamed to my app. Angular app is renamed to my app. I want to remove this app.controller, all this message. Yeah. Oh, just a second, Control Z one. Yeah, not required. Entire thing we can remove. So, oh, variable app is required. My app. Yes. So here we are having variable app. Great. Then after this variable app, what we are going to type here is app.config. So we want to configure this app. Okay. So app.config. So what you want to config? It is a function. So here we don't have controller. So that's why we write app.config. So what you want to have, it is a dollar root provider. A root provider. This is what we are going to provide. So root provider is a function. Sorry, this is a function. Open the flower bracket, close the flower bracket. Okay. So here, what we are going to do is we are going to write the code for this root provider, which root you want to implement. Okay. So root provider, enter dot when you are going to use this root provider. Okay. So this is a simple thing that we are having over here. So what we are going to do is if it is the root element slash, then what you want to do, which page you want to load. Okay. Which page you want to load. So here we write template URL colon. This is in JSON format, in other words. So template URL, what you want to display. So I want to display index.html or home.html, whatever you want to write, you can write over here. Okay. So this is dot when it is a root element. I'm copying this one. Again, I'm pasting when slash about. The other one is about over here, slash about. So we are writing the code for about. Okay. When the about is pressed, what you need to do, go to about.html. Similarly, when contact is pressed, just a second. Yeah. When our contact is pressed, just like this slash contact, you need to display contact us.html or contact.html. So these are the different options that we have. The other option, apart from this, if we have any other option, so we go with dot otherwise. Okay. Otherwise is another option that we have. So we are not part of these things, home page or any other page. So then what we need to do? So go ahead with redirect to slash. Okay. So we write here redirect to the root page. Redirect to slash page. So this sends our function. Oh, sorry, the dollar root provider. So root provider is having something like a switches kind of thing. When this happened, what you need to do. When this happened, what you need to do. When this happened, what you need to do. Otherwise, what you need to do. So this ends our script tag, body tag, and HTML tag. Okay. So what we have to do over here is we have to create the other pages. The other pages. What pages we need? We need contact us. We need a index. So let us think this as home.html. Okay, not index.html. Let us have a home.html. So let us create one new page, save it as file, save as in double quotes, home.html, save it. Now in this home.html, we are going to write simply one h2 tag and we write welcome to home page. In index page, we are having home page. That is the intention. Okay, save this one. Let us create one more page, file, save as about.html. Be specific, whatever the names you have given here, about.html, home.html, in the spellings also. Okay, about.html. So in about.html, let us write h2 tag about us. You can replace this content with whatever the desired content you have. You can have images, you can have, save this file. So then one more we require file, sorry, file, save as in double quotes, contact.html. Okay. So here the same thing, h2 contact us slash h2. Okay. So you can write contact us, you can write your names, your email address, etc. about us. Then we have home.html, welcome to homepage, index.html. Let us save all this stuff. Then this is regarding our routing concept. We are routing or including the pages into one index.html. So now let us move to our uh, browser and see what is happening in the browser. So share the browser, share the reload the page, not contact. What happened? Yeah, about us, content. I don't understand why this server is not responding in time. Refreshing. See, it is working now. Home, welcome to home dot about us, content. Okay. So in AngularJS application, what you need to do is you have to create one application, maybe a chat application or some other application where you are having AngularJS module, controllers use, directives use, routing, services, and animations. All this combined together create one application. That may be a chatting application or a registration application or any form that is going to take some data from you. Okay, just try this one. So this ends our today's class. Okay, I hope your server doesn't give you that much problem in refreshing or reloading the server, HTTP server, as today what it has done to me. Okay, so that's it for this class or this session. Have a great day ahead. We'll stop this session over here. Thank you.